control. These nights keep on taking toll. Find me on my own.
Hello guys, it's Sapphire. Welcome back. We are about to start My Hero Academia Season 4. So I just finished watching the film Two Heroes. That was a really good movie. That was good. I'm looking forward to watching these other movies they got coming out. But because I'm watching everything in order. I think the only thing I did not react to was an OVA at the end of season 1. So I will add that when I get to the overs for this season, I will add that over to that. So it'll be like 3 overs I react to. So about to jump into season 4. Quick recap. So season 1, which pretty much we get introduced to Midoriya and also some other characters. We got introduced to UA and the fact that Midoriya was born with a quirk. He was given this quirk by All Might. And that's pretty much season 1 is pretty much the introduction period. Season 2, we get more into characters and learn more about a character like Todoroki. He's Endeavor's son. Endeavor was not a good daddy, pretty much. But oh shit, god dang headphones. God damn. There we go. Endeavor was not a good dude. Bakugo hates Midoriya with a passion. We got the sports festival. Also, we're introduced at the end of season 1 the League of Villains. But in season 2, we get Shigaraki becoming more. How would I say it? He's the protege for All For One, who is All Might's nemesis, because All Might's a symbol of peace. All For One will be pretty much the symbol of evil. So their proteges, All Might's Midoriya, All For One is Shigaraki. Obviously, those two are gonna clash eventually, so they gotta get. But this is pretty much, if you think about it, it's pretty much both their origin stories. If you think about it, really, when you really think about it, it's pretty much both their origin stories. So, I mean, seriously, think about it. Think. Anyway, so season 2 also had the sports festival. Baku is winning it, but he is also getting kidnapped by Shigaraki, trying to get him to join the League of Villains, but he doesn't. And then All Might fights All For One. That battle was crazy. I was like, what? Okay, I see why he's a danger. I see why he's dangerous. He gets locked up. All Might eventually, everybody discovers that All Might is pretty much no longer, he can't no longer be the symbol of peace. It's now up to Midoriya. So because now All Might's no longer the symbol of peace, villains everywhere like, oh, we don't have to worry about All Might no more. Yes, so now villains are going everywhere, and we see Shigaraki kind of making his League of Villains more of an elite group, you know, more organized situation. We see a new character also come in at the end of season 3. He has like this plague mask on, so I'm assuming because when I see the plague mask, I'm thinking like, you know, disease or something. So maybe his quirk has something that deals with viruses, something like that, because he has a plague mask. So that's the only thing I think of it. Like, we also got to introduce to another school, a pro hero school, Shiragetsu High. Got to meet some of their characters. They went through a test where they get like a pro license permit, essentially, like provisional license. They're not full heroes, but they could go ahead and do some hero work. And we also got introduced to the UA Big 3, which is Mirio, Tamaki, and Nejiri. So we got a little bit of what Mirio's quirk is, but we didn't see the other two's quirks. So hopefully in season 4 we get into those other 2 quirks. We'll probably, because like some of them now have their permits, hero permits, they'll probably go get some going to be able to actually do some hero work, you know, kind of like how you got a driver's permit, but you gotta be with a hero with it. So maybe we get some work study group, because they're still first years. So this is a big deal for first years. Okay, this is a big deal for first years. So I'm also hoping that going into season 4, we get to see more of the Big 3. We get to see more Shigaraki and the League of Villains, and who this plague mask dude is. So I'm hoping we go into that season 4. Obviously how society is dealing with the fact that you no longer have the symbol of peace. Like All Might can't do his hero work. He can be a teacher, but he can't be a hero work. I'm also hoping we see more Aizawa in action too. I get it, he's a teacher and he's like that hero doesn't really like to be all in the press and stuff. He don't like all that stuff. But I kind of want to see him more in action too as well. And hopefully we get introduced to some more heroes as well. So let's jump into season 4, episode 1.
Young man.
Oh, we're gonna do a flashback
you too
again.
can
Can we stop with
become
the
a hero.
flashbacks?
I can transfer my quirk to someone else. And that's
Oh
just
my
one
goodness.
facet of my
But I guess it
secret
makes sense. If
abilities.
this is being aired, you
The
probably
name of
would
my
need
power
a quick
is
flashback
one
going into the next
core
season.
all. One person.
So you think... That's right. He's been assessing the next generation of UA students, hoping he can find a successor among them.
This journalist here.
And considering how he phrased his message, I believe he's already selected one.
The sports festival was on TV.
We've got to look super cute in case they want to take our picture. For sure.
I think you'll be just fine, Hagakure.
That's enough.
My account, Mr. Aizawa. I want to get a feel for what dorm life
Sir,
is really
you're
like,
not
so
gonna
there's no need
announce
for them to
yourself?
act any differently than normal.
I didn't say you could come in yet.
Hello, everyone. My name is
Aizawa
Tanya
don't like
Tokada.
you.
I'm looking forward to learning more. Principal Nezu has probably already spoken to you about this, but I want to make sure you don't interfere in any way. No offense.
I understand. If you need anything, just let me
He wants to make sure
I'm
Aizawa
sure
is
I'm
out
in
the
very
way.
capable hands. This is Class 1A, after all. Though, I think I've got a good idea who it could be. It's simple, really. Katsuki Bakugo's abilities are certainly on par with those of pro heroes, but in middle school he declared he would surpass All Might. It makes it difficult to imagine him as the successor. I trust my instincts. They've gotten me many scoops.
You looking at Midoriya.
I think it's Izuku Midoriya.
starving afterwards, so I stopped to grab a bite, which turned into a whole thing.
I can't believe you're in my store! You've inspired me so much, All Might. Seriously, there's never gonna be another pro hero like you.
Oh my goodness.
Tragedy that you retired. Are you hungry? Here, take some meat buns. And this umbrella too.
Wow, thanks.
It turns out my quirk is a pretty handy one to have when you work in journalism.
What?
Oh, look at that. So cool.
That's kind of gross.
I can produce them everywhere.
Sprout lenses anywhere on his body. He can even print pics from his chest. No wonder he ends up with so many scoops.
Can you imagine
Everybody heard
going on
all
a
my
date with this
last
man?
words after the Camino incident. No. Midoriya, I believe you are All Might's successor. What do you think about that?
Oh, well, the thing is...
You can't lie, can you?
No, Midoriya sucks at lying.
It's good. After all, heroes speak the truth. First, this picture. I'll keep it under wraps until later. When I publish my book about you, I think I even settled on a good title. When the new symbol of peace was young. What do you think?
I'll try my best, and I'll live up to that name.
All Might, a summer cold. Better not get me sick.
So, don't get me sick.
I'll be fine.
Like usual, the first episode is pretty much just a flashback. You don't get anything good yet until like probably second or third episode. But that was pretty nice. It's nice to see like how much All Might has inspired so many people. Like this journal put that quirk though. I mean, you think about it, it kind of sounds like cool, but the fact you put it all over your body, like. I mean, you could probably take some really cool selfies everywhere, you know. You always could get some good shots, but the fact that he also can print it from his body, so that means internally, his body, he's shooting out the camera, producing the film, redoing how if you know how camera work, gotta do the image, then he has to print it out. So that means his body also making the paper and the ink for it to print out. So in his body, he has ink and paper. No. So, yeah, that's pretty much this first episode. It's just him trying to get the scoop, and he realizes Midoriya, and he just wants to know that still there will be like pretty much hope, hope. I understand this makes sense. But this pretty much was all just a flashback, so. Comment, rate, subscribe, and see you guys next time for another episode of My Hero Academia. Bye.